A change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. Mm. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, hey.
And Veterans Council Veterans, Facebook fans, this is Tony Williams. I want to sit there and have a discussion with you guys that's been going on in the last couple of, I mean, actually since 2021. And we've seen a lot of divisiveness centered around racism. We have seen the politicians using racism as a weapon. We've seen the media kind of like exploit the racism divide. And we've seen the riots in the Capitol, and some people look at it as a racist event. You know, and my thing is that I had to do something. God put it on my heart. He says, Tony, I want you to do something. I want you to sit there and help with the divisiveness when it comes to racism. And my thinking is that it takes understanding. Understanding helps bridge to empathy, and empathy is really what we're lacking right now. And with the people out there trying to divide us and whether that's what's going on, and we got to do something about that. And so what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit there and have starting February 1st for Black History Month. I'm going to look at the Black veterans, their families, and mental wellness, and we're going to have over 6 episodes with many African American veterans who are in the mental health profession. I can just go on the line. We have, from Dr. Kimberly Kinsler, Dr. Michael Mays, both of them from Tampa. We're going to have Tatiana Harris, PhD in research. We're going to have Kim Mark, Army veteran. We're going to have Lakeisha Jones, another Army veteran, and in counseling. We're going to have Tiffany Davis, another Army veteran. So, we're going to have a lot of people who are part of this because we believe this is unprecedented. But what I want people to understand that when you watch these shows, it's not about divisiveness or attacking, passing blame. It's about understanding that in the military, there are many other cultures within the military. And we normally have that commonality of America that keeps us together. But when you get out of the military, that kind of drives away. People forget that there are many tiny cultures in the military. We have Hispanic cultures, Asian, Indian, African Americans. We also have women, LGBTQ, and all that. So we have all that. And what we're going to do at Veterans Council Veterans, we're going to sit there and for the whole year of 2021 to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, we're going to have a Black History Month for this one here. We're going to have a Hispanic Heritage Month in September. We're going to have an LGBTQ as well in September, October. So we can sit there and bridge the empathy to understanding. It's all about understanding. What I'd like you guys out to do, what I need you guys to do out there is you need to share and register. Share and register. That's important that you share and register because, a lot of people, don't even know what's going on. We got to let them know. This is like a first time event here that we're doing. So we have to sit there and you see down the ticker there. It's log in on the Eventbrite. You can get on my Facebook and find it. Veterans Council Veterans Business Facebook and register for it. You can also go on my website, but register and share because the more we have people involved, the better it's going to be. And I think it's important because I really think what I'm going to try to do with Veterans Council Veterans, I want to have a balanced conversation. Okay, balanced conversation. So what do I mean by balanced conversation? I mean, it's not all negativity. And it's about bringing people together. What common knowledge do we have? We all suffer from PTSD. No, we don't all suffer from PTSD, but people in the military suffer from PTSD, but some of them have different experiences. That's what I want to sit and talk about, the different experience of when it comes to PTSD. I wanted to talk about some of the things we're going to see coming up. So you already saw the one where we're going to have the Black women combat veterans mental health providers. You're going to see that on the 1st of February at 7:30. Sign up so you can see it. And we're going to have 3 combat veterans, female veterans, who are going to talk about their experiences. We're going to have Kimberly Mullenbrook, we're going to have Gwenola, and we're going to have Lakeisha. And you listen to find out what was their experience as they were going to the military, women of color going to the military, and why did they decide to sit there and go from combat military to the helping profession, healthcare profession, the mental health profession. So we want to really find out their experience. And then on the 4th of February, you're going to see Black women veterans and military sexual trauma. Sometimes we get overlooked, right? Sometimes, like with the Vanessa Gillian, sometimes you have sexual trauma, and then everybody takes over that whole narrative, and we forget about the Vanessa Gillian and her family. So you're going to hear two very courageous veterans, from Tiffany Davis, Army retired, Lakeisha Houston, who's still active duty. You're going to hear how their experience, and from when they experienced sexual harassment or assault to when they actually went to the VA, the kind of treatment is a treatment effective? Sometimes the treatment they have is not for African American women of color. So we're gonna have a candid conversation. I'm telling you something. When you talk and see our event, it's about being candid. It's about providing insight. Some people will ask the question, well, Tony, why are you having this? Why are you having this event? I said, because I don't like the narrative that the media is projecting, and I feel like I got a responsibility as a leadership position to change that narrative. Okay, the media is all about Black Lives Matter, which is okay, but it's more than that, right? It's more than just Black Lives Matter. The media is about all white people, all black. That's crazy. All white people, all black people. Just that by itself is crazy. How are you going to say all black people, all white people? And just in my career, I have been helped by all races. That's something you experience in the military. The media will always find that person that's going to say something crazy and put them on the CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. And so you get a narrative that's just not tilted right. So I have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility. What I'm asking you guys to do, who's watching this video, is to share the video, register, and share. Register and share. And what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to come on every now and then. I got to pump this thing, and I'm going to start sharing. I'm going to start announcing people who are sharing this event. We all know that anybody been in the military, we all know that it's more than just what your color is. Not everybody who's black is good, and not everybody who's white is bad. We all know that, right? That just makes no sense. So again, I'm not going to be a cheeser. We're going to tell you what we think. It's going to be candid, but it's going to be even-handed. And we're not going to be using these generalizations of all black people, all white people, or whatever. And so please tune in, as I'll be to continue to go on. And every now and then I'll get a special guest to come on and talk about this. So the 6 events are as follows. We're going to have, you see here right here, these events, if you can get your tiny eyes. So on the 1st of February, we're going to 7:30. We're going to talk about the Black women combat veterans. On the 4th of February, we're going to talk about Black veterans and military sexual trauma. On the 8th of February, we're going to talk about Black combat veterans who also chose mental health providers. On the 11th, we're going to talk about the families. How do the families deal with the veteran who's diagnosed with PTSD and that kind of stuff. Then on the 18th, we're going to talk about research. Black veterans and research is the same thing that a Black person experiences as far as PTSD. Is that the same as everybody else? And are the treatments better? And finally, on the 25th, the capstone is, which I think is really interesting. The capstone, we're going to sit there and actually have a town hall of several African Americans and their families talking about what they thought about the podcast that they saw, and then what are the things they've seen come forward. This is about providing information and insight. So if you want to get insight, but you don't want to get some kind of insight which is derogatory, negative, and attacking, definitely look at our show so we can start the conversation. It's all about empathy and conversating. Let that person speak. Don't attack them. And then let's look to empathy, because that's at the end of the day. There are organizations out there right now who's trying to exploit this diversity, inclusion, and equity. But all of a sudden now it's everywhere. We've got Jesus. We now love diversity and equity, but they're really not doing anything different. Right? We want to stop. We want to identify people who are really doing something about diversity, equity, and diversity. And so that's what we want to try to do, is give you that highlight and continue on with that. So I just thought I'd come on and tell you what we're doing. Thank you for people who taking the time to watch this podcast, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. You're gonna keep seeing me as I push this event. We got 6 events going on, great events going on. Please tune, please share. This is Tony Williams from Veterans Council and Veterans.